Axiology as the ethical heart of scholarly inquiry and transformative teaching. Axiology, rooted in philosophical inquiry, concerns itself with the study of values, including ethics, aesthetics, and the principles that guide judgments about what is important, desirable, or worthwhile. In academic research, axiology interrogates the role of values in shaping what questions are asked, how research is conducted, and how findings are interpreted and applied. It addresses the fundamental question: what values underpin the research process, and how do these influence knowledge production? Unlike ontology and epistemology, which focus on what exists and how we come to know it, axiology foregrounds why and to what ends we engage in scholarly inquiry. It reveals that research is never value-neutral. Rather, it is embedded within ethical commitments, social responsibilities, and normative frameworks. These values influence choices about research topics, methodologies, engagement with participants, and dissemination of findings. Axiological positions vary across research paradigms. In positivist paradigms, values are often relegated to the background, with an emphasis on objectivity and neutrality. However, even here, axiological considerations emerge in ethical protocols and the responsible use of knowledge. In interpretivist and constructivist paradigms, values play a central role as researchers acknowledge that their perspectives and those of participants shape the co-construction of meaning. Critical paradigms explicitly foreground values of social justice, emancipation, and transformation, positioning research as a tool to challenge oppression and promote equity. In doctoral research, axiology is vital for three interconnected reasons. First, it clarifies the ethical commitments and values guiding the study, ensuring that research respects the dignity, rights, and well-being of participants and communities involved. Second, it informs methodological choices and practices, guiding decisions about collaboration, reciprocity, and transparency. Third, it anchors the researcher's positionality, demanding reflexivity on how one's own values, biases, and power relations influence the research process and outcomes. Axiology is equally significant in transformative teaching practice. Teaching is inherently axiological because it involves imparting not only knowledge, but also values. Traditional education systems often perpetuate dominant value systems that marginalize alternative worldviews. Transformative teaching seeks to consciously foreground values such as justice, empathy, respect for diversity, and critical consciousness. It challenges learners to engage ethically with their own learning, with others, and with the wider world. Drawing on Paulo Freire's pedagogy of liberation, transformative teaching embraces education as an ethical praxis, a continuous process of reflection and action oriented toward humanization and societal transformation. Curriculum design, classroom interaction, and assessment are thus infused with ethical intentionality, aiming to cultivate not only knowledge but also values that empower learners to become agents of change. When doctoral research and teaching practice are rooted in explicit axiological awareness, they transcend technical exercises and become deeply human endeavors. They integrate intellectual rigor with ethical responsibility, ensuring that scholarship contributes meaningfully to both knowledge and justice. Happy learning!